Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is the Jim of All Trades channel, and I am Jim. I'm a contractor and a pastor and a dad, and I trade on I trade crypto and I trade on the forex market, and basically devote this channel to looking just at the markets from an Elliott Wave perspective. There are certainly other things we keep in mind, but just try to give you an Elliott Wave count. Not many guys out there doing that, so we're going to give you a count on the micro level today. I did really heavy analysis on Sunday night. You can check that out. That macro analysis is still viable and still valid. So check it out if you want to see some macro. And I spent an hour. I spent 2 hours doing TA on Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum, but an entire hour on Bitcoin. So if you want to check that out, go ahead and do that. That was very helpful. And I also do it right in front of you so you can see how the thinking goes involved. You can learn a lot of Elliott Wave that way. So with that being said, let's jump into the charts and let's see what we can see here for the small time frame and what's going on the charts here. Okay, so what I'm looking at here, right in this, let me get the 2 hour just so it compresses it just a little bit. There we go. I got two counts on the table here. Actually, there's several counts on the table, but right now we could be in a leading diagonal with a looking for a three-wave move to the downside. Okay, and that basically we're looking for. This would be, well, let me try that again. This would be A, B, and C, like that. This came down in three waves there, so we would expect this to come down in three waves as well. Okay, if it starts with three waves, it ends with three waves, unless this reaches up to 90%, the 90% level of this A wave. Okay, if it gets 90%, then we could have a 3-3-5. Okay, let's see. So anyway. Yeah, let me hold on one second. All right. So anyway, that's what we're looking at there. My son was back there popping packaging from a Amazon box that we got. I had to stop, and I'm not gonna restart this intro. So it is what it is. Welcome to my home. All right. So anyway, all right. So that being said, this looks like a three-wave move. It could be interpreted as a five-wave move. So I can't be certain how it's gonna perfectly how it's coming down. But guys, it's coming down in my opinion. That's my opinion. That's my analysis and my thinking on it. Now, how far can we expect it to come? My thinking on it is we need to get down here to 63.72 or 61.16. Okay, so those are the two targets that I have. Let me see if I can do a little bit better for you. Well, oh, okay, I got that locked. There we go. Let's try again. Make sure I get them right on the tick here. Yeah, there we go. So roughly 6,400 and 61.42, and that you see how the 61.42 here. If I just draw a line right there, it is right there. It's confluent with the bottom of this wave right here. So that's a possibility, guys. Now, it's not going to come straight down here if it's going to come down in three waves correctively, okay? So if it's coming down three waves correctively, then it's not going to come straight down. It shouldn't, at least. It's going to come down in a three-wave motion like that somehow. Now, this may not be the bottom of the third wave. Actually, we may have one more push down, then a second wave up, and then another move to the downside like so. So I'm not sure exactly how it's going to happen, but let's see here. See if I can get that off the screen here. Sorry about that. All right, there we go. So we're always looking for a corrective move here when we do the extensions from A to B there. We're looking for the 1-to-1 extension or the 127 extension, okay? So 6,400 to 6150 in that ballpark is where we're looking for. There's the price target right there. That's for a corrective move down to the downside. It can come all the way down to the 1618, but if it starts getting beyond the 1618, guys, then we're looking at more like an impulse to the downside rather than a corrective wave. So that's the way I'm looking at this wave so far. All right, let's see here. So that's the way I'm thinking about it. Let's look at the micro here and just see what we can see here on the 10-minute time frame. Just looking at the current move only and say, okay, is there any evidence? Is there anything in that wave that gives us some kind of a inclination where this price is heading and when it's heading that way. Okay. All right, my son is actually just spamming my channel here, trying to get some attention, walking back there and forth. He knows what he's doing. So yeah, I know what you're doing, buddy. All right. All right. Anyway, so there, yeah, here's the first wave. It looks 5-wave-ish to me. I don't like the way those measure. I've talked about that in previous videos. I don't want to keep saying the same thing over and over, but again, it's just something in the back of my mind I just don't like. I don't like that third wave there, but there it is. There's a 5-wave move. I don't like it as a 3-wave for a lot of reasons. But it possibly could be a 3-wave, but there's a big reasons why I don't like the 3-wave. Then we had a pullback here, and then we've got another move to the downside. You say, okay, what's going on with this one here? So let's measure. You'll notice how we've come to the 1618 extension of this first wave, and we've broken it, and we've stayed there. So this looks more like a fourth wave, guys. This looks really a lot like a fourth wave, and I'm hoping we get a downward push here. It looks like we're getting a little bit of a fall right now. We'll have to wait and see if we get continuation or not. Yeah, this looks like a nice flat four wave. It looks kind of like a flat. We got a three, and should have a fifth wave. Looks like an ending diagonal or something like that. So if we get continuation that breaks this low, then that would be indeed a flat. Let me show you. Right there, there, there. And there's a shape of a flat, pretty much. Right there. All right, so that'd be a nice fourth wave. The way I would be counting this then is, this is my primary count right now until it gets an invalidation of it. 1, 2, this is 3, this is 4, hoping it's finished, and then we're going to need a 5 wave. Now, where's the fifth wave and how do we project it? All right, what we do to project a fifth wave is we start at the wave 1, we go to the bottom of wave 3, back, yeah, let's try it again. We use the trend-based fib extensions. Okay, beginning of 1, we measure it. Go, not 1. Let me try again, guys. Beginning of 1 to the bottom of 3, and then back to 4. Okay, and we're looking for the 618 extension, which is around $6,600. Make sure I got that just right. Yeah, it looks pretty good. About $6,600. That's my target for now. So for a fifth wave, and what that would do is finish a 5-wave impulse move. Now, if that's a 5-wave, we'd be looking for a 3-wave pullback after that, some kind of an ABC 3-wave pullback, like so. 1, 2, 3, somewhere about 50 to 60% of this wave retrace. And so what you do here to try to figure that out is just throw the retrace tool on that. Let's just pretend we get our target about 66.16. We'd be looking at a retrace back to about $7,000. It could come up to the 786, but about $7,000 in a 3-wave fashion. Once that's finished, guys, we would expect then in the larger time frame here. I know we got fibs everywhere. Let's see if we can get it here. Clear this up so you can see now. What we would be expecting is that would be a 5, okay, a 3, and then we'd be looking for a 5, and that would finish us out. We'd have a 5, a 3, and then a 5, 3-wave move like that. We'd be looking for 5 waves down to our target zone, okay? So that is the way we're thinking about it. Okay, guys? All right, so that right now, that's my primary count. That's what I'm looking at until that gets invalidated. You say, Jim, when does that get invalidated? Great question. You guys are asking great questions. You really are. All right, so let's jump in and see when it becomes invalidated. Let's go back to the 15-minute chart. Let me show you. Okay. If price from here, from this wave before breaking this low, if it continues up and breaks, here, let me put a line of death here. 70, 60, 70, 60 in that ballpark. If it comes back up to break that, then this isn't a fourth wave at all. Okay, this wouldn't be a fourth wave. And if that's not a fourth wave, then we're not going to get a fifth wave, and that's not an impulse. This is more of an ABC. Okay, that's point number 1. So if this comes up from here, from this location, or anywhere before breaking this low, comes up here and breaks 70-60, we don't have a fourth wave. So we couldn't count this as a 5-wave move. We'd have to take it off and say this is an ABC. So that's first invalidation, okay? If, let's see here. if we start coming down impulsively, and we break this low down here, guys. I know it's a long way. Then the idea of having an A, B, C to this target with upside to follow, and I don't know if I mentioned that, but this would basically be a three-wave move, and then we would be looking for upside to follow. And upside would be invalidated. Okay, it would definitely be invalidated. Okay. We generally speaking, if I throw the fibs on this guy, I've already talked about this. But if this gets down to $5,800, guys, that's looking pretty impulsive to the downside. So if price starts moving down here and we get past this region of 5,800 and even lower than that, we're not looking at this as an ABC anymore, guys. We're looking at this as a 1, 2, and a 3 wave, and we're going lower. Okay, so that's the way I think about those waves. Okay, all right. So that's the way I'm thinking right now, guys. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm watching as. And there's my barking dog. He's not barking. He's coughing, and I don't know why. I asked my son to put him in his room, and he didn't do it. So, all right, that's a family. That's what it is. All right, so that's the way I'm looking at the wave, guys. Thanks for coming in my home and sharing that with me, and hope that's helpful to you. Is the way we're looking at this. And so let's see what price does. We're getting a move down to the downside. I like it. Let's see if that continues. We do have target. Let me just remind you of the targets that I have down here for this particular wave right here. I'm going to be taking profit after this wave if it's finished. Looking at right around $6,600, guys. So be watching 6,600, and as a target for this one. If it continues past 6,600, you might wait it out. But if it looks like it's reversing off of 6,600 or in that ballpark, guys, then we're probably going to get a three-wave move back up to 7,000. I'm going to look to go long and trade that little $400 scalp or so, and then continue down after a three-wave push. So that's the way I'm thinking about it. All right, you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks for dropping by. If you need some help in your trading and just want some constant access to Elliott Wave Counts and just technical analysis more than just every so often on a YouTube channel, please feel free to join the trading group. It's a fantastic group. I put a lot of energy in there. I really give you your money's worth there. So I want to take care of those who take care of me through the Patreon support. So the link is in the description where you can join the Patreon group, or at least become a Patreon. And then I send you a link via email directly. Once I get an email that you've become a Patreon, I send you an email, and we get you right into the group. All right, you guys have a great day. It's Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow on Wednesday. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.